So today I have the honor and the privilege to interview Sarah Cuddy, who is a financial advisor with Baird. Phenomenal woman that I've had just a great opportunity to become friends with and work with over the last couple of years. And so I wanted to interview her and share her with the world because she's amazing. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about you.
So tell a little bit about the business or a little bit about me personally.
It could be a little bit about the business and how you got into it.
Absolutely. So I did not set out to be a financial advisor. That was not what I grew up thinking I was going to do. I thought I was going to be in the fine arts. I thought I was going to be an opera singer. Actually got the degree and everything. And I had a great time working in that world, but it wasn't going to be a great long-term career for me. So 2008, excellent timing. I went back to school. I got a master's of business and I graduated into this kind of really tough job market in 2010. And I said, well, no one's really knocking on my door, but I had an interview with a firm that would hire me as a financial advisor. And I said, well, what harm could it do? If I hate it, I'll stay for a couple of years and I'll move on to something else. And it has been 11 years and I've built what I have from basically nothing. I didn't know people with money. I actually cold called for 5 years straight.
Wow.
And I have to say, I'm really glad that I fell into the business. It's one of the most fulfilling types of careers I think I could have ever had. I love what I do. I love the people that I work with. I love the firm that I work for. There's just nothing like it. There's nothing compared to the freedom that you get. So
awesome.
Anyway.
Awesome. So what do you love most about financial planning?
What do I love most about financial planning? Oh my goodness. It's like asking me to pick a favorite child. I think for me, the reason that financial planning is so appealing and the reason that I'm willing to dig in and really get detailed and do a thorough job with planning is because you really can drive better outcomes for your clients. So giving investing advice in the absence of a financial plan is a bit like giving advice in a vacuum. You have all these blind spots. And what I have found is that if I can get a client to engage in the financial planning process, not just once, but as an annual exercise, they feel better about their investments. They're less uncomfortable in choppy markets. They tend to make much better decisions about deploying their resources, and they feel better about the decisions they make. And so the outcomes, the enhanced outcomes we get for clients, that's really what I love about financial planning.
Nice. And then what makes you unique from other financial advisors?
Oh, great question. Actually, it's the focus on financial planning. So our industry is aging, unfortunately, and financial planning was not always a part of the business model. And so there are a lot of financial advisors out there, and this doesn't make them bad, but there are a lot of financial advisors out there who focus almost exclusively on investments. And maybe they do a little planning around the edges. And what makes me really unique in the marketplace is that I always put financial planning first. It's at the absolute center of everything we do. Every decision we make, when a client comes to me with a question, the first thing I say is, well, let's drop it into the plan and figure out what impact it's going to have. So it's really my focus and my diligence around financial planning that's going to make me different from the thousands of financial advisors here in Houston, Texas.
Okay. Very nice. And there's one other niche that you also focus on as well. Can you share a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So divorce financial planning is a part of what I do. And, to a lot of people, the first time they hear that, they feel like that sounds a little ghoulish, planning your divorce. But I will tell you that when you're in the middle of one of the most confusing, frightening, information-intensive transitions of your life, if you're the spouse who doesn't understand the money, that puts you at a distinct disadvantage. So coming in on a case and helping educate a client about what's in your estate, what should we even be asking for? How can we make good decisions about a settlement so that when you walk away from this, you're not just, on solid footing, but you're poised to actually move forward in a really positive direction. Divorce can be terribly disruptive, but it can also be the opportunity to move into a really great new phase of your life. And finances can have a lot to do with how stable that next phase of life is. And again, I just feel so passionate about getting in there and helping clients get those better outcomes.
Outstanding. I love that. I know divorce is very challenging for a lot of people, and when they can have someone like you on their side, walking them through and educating them and helping them through that process, it's what a sigh of relief I'm sure they feel as they get to work with you.
That's usually the reaction I'm going for. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate your time and getting on this interview call with me. And so for those of you out there that are looking for a financial planner, that knows someone that's getting a divorce, get in touch with Sarah Cuddy. Sarah, how can we get in touch with you, or how can the world get in touch with you?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the best way to find me is to actually go to my website. It's sarahcuddy.com, sarahcuddy.com. You'll find tons of information about my practice, about me. You'll find lots of free educational materials, and you'll find all of my contact information. And before we go, very quickly, just a quick note that Baird and Entreresults are not affiliated, but we are good friends.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you again, Sarah, so much. And everybody, you go out there and make it a better than amazing day.